Oh, hi, I'm Alan.
And I'm Stick.
You know, we eat pasta about 1 to 2 times a week.
But there's only so many times you can eat pasta with store-bought sauce.
So we're here to show you how to make a great pasta meal without using the store-bought brands. Hi, I'm Alan.
I'm Stick.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to talk about making a pasta and shrimp dish with a side of baked red potatoes.
Alright, so to begin, you're going to preheat your oven to 425 to 450 degrees, and we're going to begin making the potatoes, just because the potatoes take longer to make than anything else. You want to get those in the oven first.
Watch your thumbstick.
So you're going to take about a pound of red potatoes, wash them thoroughly, but don't peel them. The skin on red potatoes is very good for you and tastes delicious. You're going to quarter them or cut them into eighths, however you like them. If you like them a little larger, then don't cut them as much.
They'll take longer to cook if you do that, though.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to put them in a bowl with about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of olive oil, depending on how many potatoes you have. Just cover them with a nice thin film.
I'd say 2 tablespoons at least.
All right, as long as the potatoes
I'm Italian.
As long as the potatoes are nice and coated with olive oil. And what I'm doing now is sprinkling them with herbs de Provence.
Meticulously.
You want about a tablespoon of that. I'm not quite sure
what would you say is in herbs de Provence?
I have no idea. However, it looks like basil and oregano, maybe some other salts. If you want to use basil and oregano instead of herbs de Provence, it would still come out fine. You can find herbs de Provence in most grocery stores, anything like that. Then salt and pepper to taste, and a couple pinches of garlic powder. And
I'd say this whole recipe is to taste, really.
Basically, yeah. There's not too many measurements. Just until it looks right.
All right, now by this point you should have preheated your oven.
I told them that.
Did you?
I most certainly did. It's the
well, what temperature is it then?
It said 425 to 450.
I'm just so used to us dropping the ball on that.
Well, apparently nobody else is paying attention to this video.
So here's the oven.
Ooh,
which
hot.
is preheated to 425.
We can't even get it that low.
You're going to put it in and set the timer to 20 minutes. It's going to take longer than that, but you want to check them at 20 minutes and turn them. Make sure they get all cooked. And as we're doing that, we're going to begin cooking the shrimp and pasta dish.
All right, and if you don't like shrimp, this recipe would also work really good with chicken. And you can just use the same chicken breasts that we used in episode 1 and just cut them up into cubes about the same size as this shrimp is here. And that would taste really good as well.
Is that half a red pepper?
Yes. We've already used half of the other half in a different recipe, which will be coming soon. But for this recipe, we're going to use about half a red pepper and 1 large tomato. I don't think we showed in the video, but you're going to chop those up and put those in bowls like we're doing with the shrimp.
And you could certainly use a full red pepper. We just only had half of one.
Absolutely true.
Art from adversity.
So we're now going to take this... Oh, we're not taking it out. We're just checking on it, and we're going to flip it over.
Doesn't that let all the heat out?
It does, but you don't want the potatoes to stick to the pan, and it gets them nice and brown on all sides, rather than just on whatever side's facing the burner.
Unlike a turkey, which you should leave alone in an oven.
No, you should baste the turkey. All right, so
you're more of a culinary saboteur than a culinary consultant.
So you're going to get a pot of boiling water going and put some pasta in it. You want to start that so by the time the shrimp is done, the pasta will be ready. And
it's not really important what kind of pasta you use, although stringy pasta like that is easier to eat with.
Exactly. And we're going to begin by sautéing the sliced up red pepper with about a teaspoon of olive oil, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and a couple sprinkles of garlic powder.
And it's important not to put too much cayenne pepper in. Stick and I made this recipe about a week ago, and we used, I think, almost a full teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and it was an experience, for sure.
It was way too hot. So really, really be careful with cayenne pepper. If you don't like any spice at all, then don't use it. It's not important to the recipe. If you do like a little spice, only a pinch will be fine for the entire dish.
And careful not to scratch your eye with the fingers you use to pinch the cayenne pepper.
All right, so after the peppers are soft, you don't want them too soft, just a little tender. About a minute of sautéing them, you're going to add the shrimp, and then salt and pepper to taste. And just keep stirring that. Make sure the shrimp is cooked on both sides. And we should say that we used pre-cooked shrimp. It was frozen. We bought it from the grocery store, but it was pre-cooked. We didn't use raw shrimp. If you want to use raw shrimp, cook it before you cook this dish.
I'd say there's really no reason to ever use raw shrimp. I'm almost positive it's much more expensive than the cooked, and you're not going to really notice a difference in flavor with a recipe like this.
And then what we did was added a quarter cup of white wine. It doesn't really matter which type of white wine. What we used is just really cheap white wine. You can get it at any grocery store. Well, not any grocery store in Massachusetts, but in most grocery stores around the United States. And then you're going to add the sliced up tomato that we had and cook that for another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, not too long, just so that the wine thickens up and becomes a nice sauce.
I'd like to note here that you've already drained the pasta.
That's true. We've drained the pasta. Do not pour a pot of boiling water with the pasta in it into here. It won't come out very good.
Now,
and if you do, don't lean this close into it.
Now, this was about 2/3 of a pound of pasta. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
This was too much pasta. So I would recommend using about half a pound of pasta or increasing the rest of the ingredients a little bit.
And this recipe already has enough starch to keep your collars straight anyway.
What's wrong with cooking pasta and potatoes, Chris?
There's nothing inherently wrong. I don't want to bring morality into these.
So that was a little dash of oregano, is that correct?
Basil, dried basil. Yep. It just adds a little green color, and it looks nice, and it adds a little flavor.
All right, so after about 40-45 minutes, we're taking out the potatoes, and this is about what they should look like. These were a tiny bit dry, but they still tasted pretty good.
Yeah, it
really
depends.
Actually.
45 minutes was a bit long. They came out a little crunchy, like almost like French fries. You can leave them in a little less than that. They'll be a little more roasted and, I don't know, buttery.
You could cover them in aluminum foil, too.
Yeah, that would also make them less burnt.
All right, and so here's the final meal, and the cost came out to just about $6, and that's $3 per person. And actually, with the amount of pasta we used, this actually worked out as a lunch for us as well. All right, well, we hope to see you next time.
Enjoy.